Another verse that's used by pre-trib rapture proponents is Revelation chapter 4. How the previous chapter, Jesus is talking to John. He's telling them about the different churches, what their flaws are, what their good points are, what their judgment will be, what their reward will be. And then John hears a voice, the sound of a trumpet, and then he is called up to heaven. And then that's when he starts seeing all these different visions, the seven seals, the seven trumps, the seven bowl judgments, and all that stuff. So the proponents of the pre-trib rapture take that as a symbol of the church not being mentioned after chapter 4 as a sign that the church is going to be up in heaven. Also, another evidence is that the church isn't seen again in Revelations until the marriage, which, the church is the bride of Christ, and for the bride to, because the rapture and the second coming are two separate events. They're not the same event. They're two separate events. You have the rapture, and then you have the second coming. They're two different ones. So first, you got to have the rapture. This is the pre-trib's theory. You got to have the rapture first. Then you have the wedding supper, and for the wedding to happen, the church has to be there. Therefore, the church has to be raptured out of the tribulation. So the church has to be raptured up to heaven to become the bride of Christ, then the marriage, then the wedding supper, and then after that, Jesus comes back after the wedding supper. Then he comes back, destroys the Antichrist, wipes him out, and then chains Satan, kills the Antichrist, puts him in the lake of fire, chains Satan for 1,000 years, and then you have the Millennium Kingdom. So, to wrap everything up, that's how the pre-tribs defend their view of a pre-trib rapture. From Thessalonians, where the church is not destined for wrath, that the restrainer has to be removed, and the restrainer is the Holy Spirit that works through the church, has to be removed for the lawless one to be revealed, and that John was called up into heaven after, in chapter 4, as like a blueprint of what would happen to the church, and the church going to the wedding, the church being the bride of Christ, being married in heaven before Jesus' second coming. So that's the pre-trib wrapped up in a nutshell in a short amount of time that we have. For the next show, we will be talking about the mid-trib. We also will be talking about Obama's socialist agenda and what it means for America's economy and the world economy, and what exactly do the bankers really want to happen to the economy and to the US dollar, because now there's rumors that the IMF and the UN want to drop the dollar as the world currency and go to a more stable one world basket of currency for the world markets. I'm your host, Robert Joseph Garrison. Thank you for spending the time to listen to this and watch these videos. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, my name is Robert Joseph Garrison. My email is robertjosephgarrison@gmail.com. That's Robert Joseph Garrison, Garrison @gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or topics you'd like to hear in future shows, shoot me an email and let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you again for listening. Have a great day. God bless America, and God bless everyone.